Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. Well, we're continuing in our saga between these two, Harry and Meghan. I think it is, like I said during my live yesterday, this is a turning point. This is one of those times where there's going to be a decision made. They have to make a decision. And depending on what that decision is going to determine the success of this couple. All right. So I'm just going to go through this article, let you know my thoughts and opinions about it. And let's see if you agree with me. All right. So let's get into it. Thank you again, everyone that came to my live yesterday. I find that I am just loving everything that's happening right now. I mean, I don't love it in a way that it's to the detriment of Harry and Meghan, but I love the idea of discussing the choices that they made, because there was a defining moment in the beginning of Harry and Meghan's relationship right after the marriage where they had a job to do and they didn't want to focus on that job. They wanted to find reasons to not like the work that they were already doing. They wanted more, Meghan than Harry wanted to find reasons why it just wasn't good enough to stay within the royal family. It just wasn't one of those things that satisfied them. They always wanted to see what was out there that was greener on the other side of the pond. And they found out their life has imploded. It literally has imploded in Montecito. Now, there are talks about Harry and Meghan not even really being together anymore. I believe that could be the case because we know Harry could easily be living somewhere else, like maybe New York, and not even with Meghan right now because they are not in a good spot. And this article shows you that there's no way they're plowing through this. There's no way they're going through the motions and deciding on what next to do. They have essentially had enough of each other because they've ruined, literally, they have ruined both of their lives. They had it so good. They had it so good. And now they want to try to find a way out of this misery. And there's no way back, really. That's why Harry is desperate to go back. He wants money. He needs money. He needs security. He needs what a prince needs. And he is in a position now where he could maybe go back, but I don't think it's going to go back to how it was because they made their bed and now they are lying in it. This article takes the cake, folks. It takes the cake. So, Prince Harry and Meghan humiliated in Hollywood as no one rates them. Okay? You have to imagine Meghan inviting all these Hollywood people to her wedding to the prince. They won't even touch her with a 10-foot pole. They won't have anything to do with her now. She thought she was clever. She thought she was making a good move by inviting all these high-profile A-listers. She thought they were going to become her friends. She miscalculated the power, the influence, the prestige. She miscalculated the royal family and its history, its longevity, its traditions. She miscalculated what that means because she's superficial, and doesn't have a finger on the pulse of what people really are going through or what they find to be redeeming or what they like. Because has she had any kind of really good gauge of what she was marrying into, she would have known people love the monarchy. I mean, you can just go back in time at the Queen visiting with different superstars in Hollywood throughout history, throughout centuries. And you'll see it's a tradition. It's something that has been happening for a long, long time. And Meghan miscalculated. So here's this article. This is really, I'm telling you, I can imagine Meghan is in her home in Montecito pulling her hair out. completely livid, like one of those Joan Crawford moments. I can imagine her being so livid that there's no reasoning with her, because this takes the cake. So Harry and Meghan are not set to have their Netflix deal renewed in September, as no one in Hollywood rates them, an insider has said. After the Duke and Duchess of Sussex quit royal life in 2020, they were quick to sign this really big $100 million Netflix 5-year deal. Okay, so while they have some original success with their 2022 docuseries Harry and Meghan, this did not last long, with other shows such as Polo quick to flop, and this week it has now been reported that the deal will not be renewed when it ends in just a few months, with an insider telling the Mail that people are bored with them. Okay, bored with them, bored with what they put out. I mean, I can watch them go through trials and things that they're dealing with, because you're watching people go through the backlash of all the harm they've done. So I'll never get enough of that. But people are bored with the content that they're putting out, the products that Meghan is selling. They're bored with the regular, mundane, trying to be relevant. And they're just not. Their only relevance is their connection to real royalty. Now, the article goes on to say that in Hollywood, nobody wants to be around them, especially her. People are bored with them. People are so done. Hollywood is done with Meghan, especially, this article is saying. Now, Harry and Meghan have not publicly commented on the fact that the deal is coming to an end. Now, there was someone inside their camp that said that they are going to still continue to produce TV shows. And I'm thinking, yeah, go right ahead. Keep doing those shows, okay? Keep doing more of the same old that put you in this current position that you're in now. It will not get you anywhere fast, because you don't have the talent. You don't have what it takes to create content that is not boring. Your storytelling ability is crap. You can't tell stories. You don't know anything about producing. And then it came out that the final nail in the coffin for Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal. Do you want to know what the real nail in the coffin was for them? To say, okay, you know what? This deal is dead. When they saw this, let me explain. So it was reported that when they found out that Meghan's brand, her rosé wine, isn't a demand, there is not a demand for her wine. When they looked at the large scale of everything, the number of sales, the people purchasing it, this was a revelation to the people at Netflix, which has been described as the nail in the coffin. She just had to go sell that wine, didn't she? She just had to sell the wine, making people buy 3 bottles at a time. It doesn't make sense. Like, there is so much wine out there. You are not relevant enough for people to want to have a brand of Meghan's as ever, to justify spending that kind of money, because it is as ever. It's Meghan's. Meghan doesn't have that kind of clout. She doesn't have that kind of brand notoriety. You're still trying to make a name for yourself, essentially. And you're trying to sell something as if people are going to rush to buy it. She miscalculated her worth. She miscalculated how people see her, what people will do to support her. She miscalculated, because the ego, the narcissism is so ginormous. I mean, like I've always said, the girl is walking sideways because the head is so big. She can't see straight. She can't think straight, and she thinks people just love her. Oh, they'll buy my rosé. They'll buy it. No, they're not. I mean, you got to get some sense knocked into you and start to see correctly. Because you're not seeing right, Meghan. You still are not seeing right. And it's too bad, because, why did she have to go do this whole wine thing? What told her that people were going to be clamoring to buy some wine with her label on it as ever? Nobody told her but that big ego in her head. That little ego that said, hey girl, let's do some wine. Let's make some wine because you love wine. Let's make some wine. You know, she thought she could do that and it was just going to take off and be fabulous. Well, it wasn't fabulous. The insider also said that Netflix believes the wine launch revealed a lot about the future, showing that there isn't a demand for her wine for a mass market point of view. It is believed that they also saw a supermarket or department store deal for the wine as being unlikely. Since the launch of the wine at the start of the month, Meghan has not confirmed when As Ever stock will next be available. Because she's probably thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to sit on this. I'm just not going to say anything. Because she's fuming mad, folks. That's why she hasn't said anything. She's just upset. She's not really in a good spot with everything. So they're just waiting to see if there could be an announcement soon, if she's going to drop something soon in her social media. People are of the mindset that they're just not very interested in anything that they have to produce. So it is at this point now that Harry and Meghan have to make a decision. They have to make a decision whether or not they're going to stay in Los Angeles, Meghan at least, or they're going to still show that they're still trying to find deals with other companies. But some of the news was saying that possibly they could be looking to go to be the neighbors of Eugenie and her husband in Portugal. So that could be another step for them. I think it would be a good move to leave Los Angeles. Los Angeles for you is just dead. Netflix is dead. Your connections to Los Angeles is dead. There's no way to get the rumor mill, because there is a rumor mill going around Hollywood right now as we speak that really has blacklisted Meghan and Harry. More so Meghan, but that's just what it is. There's no recouping from this. There's no way to get another opportunity that's going to yield you an opposite effect of what we have right now. The deal is dead. Their lives, their future in Los Angeles or in California in general is dead. And for the life of me, how you did not know this was going to be the end result for you? How did you not know to think that when you got all that love in Great Britain, when you had all those people wanting to shake your hand, to give you flowers, all the people that clapped and cheered for you in the beginning, you miscalculated that it was for you personally, when in reality it was because of your connection to royalty. Because don't get it twisted. Harry could have been marrying a pig, and we would have done the same thing for the pig. But that pig only had worth because of its connection to royalty. Meghan miscalculated and thought it was for her personally. It wasn't. It was never about you, Meghan, personally. It was about your proximity, your closeness to real royalty. And there you have it. It is what it is. All right, everyone. I will see you all in my next video, and hopefully I'll have some updates with Otis, and I think branching off and talking about some other royals too as well. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Cheerio.